Salutations and good morrow everyone, and welcome back to another grounded update video where today I'm going to be going through and showing you guys a couple tips and tricks when it comes to fighting ladybugs, especially with their new moves. Now, before we go any further, I'm going to invite everybody here to subscribe to the channel because only 1/3 of you guys who watch these videos are actually subscribed. But let's go ahead and keep on going with the video. So the first thing that I want to point out is I'm going to fight this first one mostly with my hands. I'm going to cheese them out at the end, but what I want to show off is some of the new moves that ladybugs have. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and punch this ladybug, get his attention, and get him to come over here at me. Now, without swinging at him, I'm just going to be blocking for the most part, but we're going to be checking out his moves. So you see he still has his standard charge attack. Come on then. Don't make me punch you again. He still has a standard charge attack, but there's some other ones he has now too. He now has a front lunge right there that he does do some attacking with. Okay, he has a side attack that he's going to do here in a moment. So there's his front lunge. He has a side attack. Come on then. There it goes. There was his side attack right there where he attacks more to the side. There's also an attack where he lunges forward and actually attacks with the with his side shell by doing like a front sidle attack. Here, we'll see if he does it now. Nope, that one he actually spits at you, so that one's to get your attention. There it goes. You see that? How he ran forward and then turned to his side? That is another one of the ladybug's attacks now. So they switched it up a little bit, and now he has like this weird stance that he can do now that I'm not really sure what it's for. I think it's like a de-aggro, but that's pretty much the ladybug's new moves. And you'll see that I pretty much wiped them out pretty easy with a mint mallet, but I am in mild mode. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to show off one other easy way to cheese ladybugs, no matter what version of the game you're playing. If you're playing in mild, medium, or low mode, this is an easy way to take out ladybugs as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you guys about the perks that I'm going to be using. So the perks that I'm going to have on for this character for when I'm doing this is 3 of them. I'm going to have coup de grace on because coup de grace is going to make it so I have those criticals. Okay, those criticals are super important, especially when you're fighting something that has a lot of health like a ladybug. The second one on is sharpshooter. This is going to up my bow damage. More about that in a second because we are going to use a bow. And the third thing is barbarian. Now, this is a strong reckless. You pride yourself in using the biggest weapons possible. Your muscular arms have no problem swinging clubs with great force, aka the mint mace. Okay, that's what this perk is for. This perk is specifically for the mint mace and the ant club. Okay, so using this perk, getting it all the way upgraded, is a pivotal part of this build. Okay, if you guys haven't got this already, go around, kill ants with your mint mace or with your ant club. You could get barbarian and then you could start leveling it up that way. It is a very, very helpful perk, and it is pivotal when it comes to fighting ladybugs and stuff. Okay, but let's go back over and now let's talk about gear that I'm using. The gear that I'm going to be using today is obviously the ladybug gear. You do not need this gear, and I'll show you why afterwards, but having ladybug gear will come in handy. I'm also going to be using the marksman cap, the insect bow, and the poison arrows. Okay, and obviously my mint mace. But if you look at the bottom, I have all of my stuff laid out very nicely. I have my mint mace loaded up. Then I also have my bow, my hat, and then my helmet for my ladybug gear. All this is set up because you want to be able to quick swap between your different sets of gear, your different weapons. So I know normally you have like food and stuff down there, but experiment with putting different pieces of armor down there for fighting different things. Now, I'm going to give you guys the basic gist rundown of what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to show you in practice. I'm going to shoot it with 2 of my poison arrows, so that way one, it starts getting poisoned, and then the second one is a compound poison that's going to do more damage over time. This is important because ladybugs have a lot of health, and it is also going to be able to do some damage to the ladybug from a distance before you have to run in and actually start attacking it. Now, you could sit here and shoot it from a distance, and yes, that will work. It just takes a lot of time, especially in low mode because they have a lot of health, but the poison will help you get started. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to quick swap back over to wearing my ladybug hat and also my mint mace. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get ready, and I'm actually going to start shooting my arrows off at the ladybug, and we're going to get this party started. So come on, Mr. Ladybug, I'm going to give you 1 arrow, and I'm going to give you a 2nd arrow. There we go. You can see that poison working. I'm going to quick swap my gear here really quick. That way I have on my full set of Ladybug gear so that healing effect is in place and I'm having the most amount of damage reduction. And then I'm going to use my Mint Mace and come in and deal with them afterwards. Now, blocking is really important, but as long as you're moving around the general outside of a Ladybug, he won't be able to do a whole lot of damage to you. You will see there he did an attack that attacks you that technically gives him health back. So you want to be careful with that attack as well, because in WoW mode, that attack will pretty much make the fight last a little bit longer, and it will just be kind of a huge pain in the butt to actually kill him. But the last thing that I want to point out to you guys is I am so confident in this setup that I have here, that even without the Ladybug gear on, if I was wearing the ant gear or even clover gear, I could still use this to my advantage. Now, if you're going to do this without gear on, say this is the first Ladybug you're killing, or it's like the second Ladybug you're killing, and you're trying to go through and just get yourself grinded out so you can get your full set, this is going to be a trick that you can use. But with this trick, it's going to involve finding yourself a sleeping Ladybug. Now, I'm pretty sure I left a sleeping Ladybug right over here that I could attack. There it is right there. So finding yourself a sleeping Ladybug is the best way to start this. Now, to prove, I am literally going to take off all of my gear, okay? And to have even more fun, I'm going to take off, well, Coup de Grace is going to stay on. I'm going to keep Coup de Grace on just because Coup de Grace, you don't need to kill anything to actually get that one. You just have to be good at swimming in the dark. But I'm going to take off my other two perks to lower the amount of damage I'm going to do. And I'm going to show you that even if you don't have any gear on, there is a way to get to Ladybugs and cheese them out. Now, the best part about where this Ladybug is, it is by this branch right here. This root is going to become also a pretty important part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load them up with 2 poison arrows, and that's going to start that damage over time. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this root to my advantage, and I'm going to keep jumping around it. I'm going to wait for him to de-aggro a little bit, and then I'm just going to run in and do attacks on the side. Now, you don't ever want to actually take him on front force. Hit him once, hit him twice, jump back off the root because it will confuse him. Now, obviously in mild mode like I'm playing right now, this is going to be a lot quicker than if you're playing in like WoW mode, because he's going to have a lot more health and you're going to be doing a lot less damage. But as you can see, it's a fairly easy process to take out a Ladybug as long as you're using something like a branch or a root or even some grass to move yourself around. That way you're not on the same playing field as the Ladybug, because even with all of its new moves, it is still not that hard. Now, the reason why I wanted to point this out to you guys is because Ladybugs are kind of a special character in the game. Ladybugs, in their development form inside of the developer world, if we go into my tab here and I go into craft and we go into resources, as I scroll down, you're going to notice something that's called Ladybug wings, okay? That means that at some point, the Ladybugs will be able to fly, so they are not only going to become the bug in the backyard that gives you the most armor, but they're also going to become one of the harder bugs to fight because they might just fly away if they don't like that you're attacking them. So having the ability to shoot them with the poison arrows, hitting them with the mint mace because it's the most damaging weapon in the game, is important. So learning all these things could save your life in the future in the game. But guys, that is all the time that I've left for this video. I hope you guys liked it. If you guys did, hit the like button for me to let me know you guys want to see more. Don't forget to subscribe. That way, if any more updates that come out as well, I have them covered for you guys so you guys can see all of them. And as always, I'll see all of you guys in the next one.